Welcome to the Chief Architect Quick Tip. Today we'll be covering importing materials within Chief Architect Premier. Before we get going, I wanted to show you an area on chiefarchitect.com. Right up top, we can search for different topics. So for instance, new material. We can just search and we're going to find different help articles. So for instance, creating a new material, it'll guide you through how to create that within the software. So great resource to just type in those different topics and learn additional tips on how to customize. So let's get into Chief Architect, and we're going to focus on bringing in a tile and tiling that on our back wall here, and then working with a granite and just stretching that across the countertop. So I'm going to get onto the Ann Sachs website to find a specific tile. So this one we're going to need to crop a little bit. Since the top, that little valley is brown, doesn't really match with our bottom here. So we're going to need to crop it probably in this area. So simply right click on the image, copy it, and open up any editing program. I'm just going to open up Paint, which is pretty standard, and we're going to paste our tile and crop this. So I'm going to zoom in just a little bit and use my select tool to crop this. Just click and drag out, and I'm just going to eyeball it here. That looks pretty close. So I'll copy this and just get into a new sheet here. And now let's resize our background, bring it in and up. And I'm going to zoom in again just to make sure it looks pretty close here. And maybe bring it in just a little bit. There we go. So let's save this. So we'll just save it. And I'm going to keep that on my desktop. And I'm not quite sure what that tile was called. So let's bring that back up. Beaumont Glass and Maryland. So just type this in and specify that. Now we can get right back into the program, and we're going to import this and save it into our user catalog. This is your own custom folder. So right click on the user catalog. Under new, we're going to find material. Single click on material to bring up our define material dialog, and let's change this, bring it in as that same name. Import our texture file. So this is the pattern that we have. And now we need to change the scale. So for this, let's do maybe 16 by 16. Underneath our pattern, I'm going to change that to a tile. And under our general, we can specify that as well. And I'm going to change that to match. We'll do 16 and 16 there as well. So now our image has been sized to 16 by 16 inches, and we'll tile accordingly. And when we're in the elevation or orthographic views, our pattern will be displayed, and the texture will be displayed in our perspective camera. So now we'll find that in our user catalog. Single click on the material, bring your cursor right onto the plan, and single click to apply our material. So it's going to tile in accordance with our definition once we bring that in. So let's do one more. Let's do our countertop. So get onto any local granite company's website and find a sample that you like. For this, we're just going to stretch it across the surface, so we don't need to edit anything. So simply save picture as. So right click on that image, and we'll save it as the Persa Granite. Get right back into the program here, and same process. Under the user catalog, import the material, name it, and we're going to keep the pattern just as an area, and under that texture, bring in our image. And instead of tiling this, and having a specific scale, I'm going to single click to stretch to fit. And now we can single click on our granite, and I'm going to get into our room mode. So instead of single clicking on each countertop, one click will apply this to all of the countertops. Let's rotate up just a little bit so we can see that and how that has stretched across our surface. So very easy to work with these materials. You can also right click on the material and open that back up if you wanted to change different elements. You can also select the Properties tab and have a bit more control over the appearance of this material. So we'll have our standard view, or you can also select the Ray Trace view to see how this will appear. Under the material class, I'm just going to change this to polish so you can see the effect of changing just some simple elements here to make it more polished and reflective. Thanks for watching our quick tip today. Visit chiefarchitect.com for additional resources and how-to articles that will walk you through additional projects. Thank you and have a great day.